Hey YouTube, this is Here to Learn 442. I'm back with another video. I told you in my last few videos that I would do a video on my complete AR-15. So here it is. My last video was a trip to the range to break in the barrel. I will try and get a picture at the end of this video of a really nice 3-shot group I got near the end of that range session with my irons at 50 yards. I don't know if I'll be able to get that image in there or not, but I'll try. So this lower is a Stag Arms lower. I bought it as a stripped lower. There was nothing to it at all. It was just a piece of aluminum, machined aluminum. I then bought the Palmetto State Armory MOE lower parts kit, which comes with the Magpul MOE trigger guard with this nice curve to it. It also comes with the Magpul MOE pistol grip, which is textured nicely on the sides and on the front. Doesn't have the finger grips, and it also has a nice little compartment down in here. Now I made it a little easier to get that cap off than it normally is. Before this video I loosened it up, but it is fairly difficult to get off normally. I do like having the ability to keep some spare ammunition in there. 6 rounds of 5.56 or 223 will fit in there nicely. Now you can see that this lower is a Stag 15 model, and it says caliber 5.56 millimeter. Now many of you I'm sure are aware, but some of you might not be, the AR-15 platform can support a number of different calibers. So even though this lower says caliber 5.56 millimeter, it can still be reconfigured with a different upper receiver assembly, barreled upper receiver assembly, and in some cases with different magazines, and in that way it can be adapted to function with 5.45, I think, 5.45 by 39, I believe, which is the AK-74 round, 7.62 by 39, which is the AK-74 round, or 47 round, I'm sorry. It can also function with 22 long rifle, 300 blackout, 6.8 special, 6.5 Grendel, and of course the 50 Beowulf, which is designed for interdicting targets at checkpoints. 50 caliber round, it's massive enough to crack an engine block and totally disable a vehicle. This one, of course, is chambered in 223 Wylde, which means that it can fire 5.56 millimeter NATO rounds or 223 SAMI caliber rounds with no problems pressure-wise. They do tell you not to fire 5.56 out of a standard 223 chamber, and that is due to excessive chamber pressures. 223 Wylde can handle the 60,000 psi that a NATO 5.56 round is made to produce, while a SAMI chamber 223 Remington is only designed to handle up to 50,000 psi. 223 Wylde has a little bit different throat to it, and therefore it's able to use the 5.56 millimeter. On this lower receiver, I have a mil-spec buffer tube. I got it from UTG. It's a UTG Pro. It came with the stock and the buffer tube. And you can see there on the buffer tube, it says made in the USA. Now, I believe that that only applies to the buffer tube itself. I believe that the buffer spring, the buffer, and the stock are are made outside of the country and are just assembled here as a kit, along with the buffer tube and castle nut. Anyway, in a future, if future funds allow me to, I may change this stock to a Magpul ACS. I do like to have storage options. The ACS has that. It also has a nicer cheek weld, so that may happen in the future, but for now this stock works pretty well. So UTG Pro, I think I paid right before all the craziness happened and the shooting in Connecticut happened. I think I paid $22 or $24 for this stock, so not a bad value. Now, we talked about the barrel here. This upper was assembled by Precision Firearms of Maryland. Mark Hofstadter, he assembled this upper assembly for me. Has a standard flat top receiver, upper receiver. It's aluminum. It's forged aluminum. It's not a billet. Has a 15-inch VTAC Troy Alpha VTAC rail going over the 18-inch 1-in-8 twist diamond fluted Lothar Walther 223 Wylde chambered barrel. Of course, on this end we have the Bravo Company Battlecomp 1.5, and you can see down in there the ports that help to push the muzzle back, as well as the bottom of the Battlecomp there has no holes, while all the way around it there are slots cut in, so that keeps muzzle rise from occurring. The VTAC rail, the Troy Alpha rails, they come with these extra rail attachment pieces that you can put anywhere that there are holes in the handguard. This longer rail is, I believe, 2.5 inches or 3 inches, but it also has a quick disconnect swivel attachment point back here, so you can put an accessory, a light or a rail up here in the front, and you can attach your sling down here. I have a sling swivel, a quick disconnect sling swivel on its way, actually a pair of them from Midway right now, so hopefully I'll get those in the next few days and I can get a sling on this thing. So that is the majority of this rifle. We do have these rapid transition iron sights, which is all I have to use right now. Flip it over here and you can see the sight picture there. That's for close quarters combat. If I have to move from my optic to a close quarters engagement, I can use these rapid transition sights, and you can see the sight picture there is a little different, a little harder to see once you get right up in there, but that's what I was using at the 50-yard line. Anyway, I get optics on here. Of course, I have this nice long rail with the upper receiver and the Troy rail, the Troy forend with this this large rail going across the top of the whole 15-inch handguard. So my optics will go up here. As I was having some issues with my hammer pin walking out, so I bought these KNS anti-rotation, anti-walk pins. They work great. I haven't had any problems with them. You know, I suggest that if you have any problems with pins walking out of your fire control group on your AR-15, that you get the KNS pins. They're very easy to install. They only cost about $30, and that's shipped. I think I got them on Amazon. flip this over here. As I'm in California, I cannot have a semi-automatic firearm that has a pistol grip or a collapsible stock and have removable magazines. So we use this device. It's called a bullet button, and basically it does not allow me to push the magazine release button with my finger. I have to take a tool, something like this pin punch, put it in the hole and push it down like so to release a magazine that would be in the mag well. If you're in a free state, don't ever let them pass these kinds of draconian laws in your state. I know the federal government's trying to pass a number of anti-Second Amendment laws right now, and you know, hopefully none of them pass. I know one was voted down today, so that's great. Hopefully the rest of them end up getting voted down. We have a number of laws going to the state senate here in California, unfortunately, in the state assembly, and hopefully those will all fail. California though, so likelihood that they will fail is low. I'm going to go ahead and pop up this upper receiver so you can see bolt carrier group. Now this upper receiver does mate to this lower receiver quite tightly, so I don't need to get one of those devices like an AccuWedge or have any worry about a tensioning screw or anything like that, as there is no slot between these. If I don't use a pin punch or the tip of a bullet, the end of a round, to push the takedown pin pretty far in, I can't get it out. But it doesn't take a whole lot of force once you have one of those tools. So here we have the upper takedown pin is out, so I can pull out the bolt carrier group there. And as you can see, this is a match grade full auto style of bolt carrier group. Now I believe this is a hard chrome finish. Again, this the upper was put together along with the bolt and bolt carrier assembly by Precision Firearms of Maryland, and I would highly recommend doing business with them. Turnaround time was pretty good, especially with this panic going on, and you know, this rifle, I've only used my irons on it so far, but even with that I can tell that it's going to be very accurate. One thing I may not have mentioned with this 18-inch barrel is that it is a rifle length gas system. So the gas block is right here, and keep in mind that this rail, this fore end or handguard from Troy, is a 15-inch. So the fact that the gas block is only about an inch back from that tells you really where that gas block is, and it is a rifle length gas system, which reduces the felt recoil greatly. Shooting this versus a friend of mine's carbine length gas system, of course this is a 16-inch barrel also, and it's not a heavy barrel like mine, but it's an M4 profile. There's a lot more felt recoil. This feels a lot like shooting my Winchester 22 short. I'll probably get a video of that rifle up here on YouTube pretty soon. The other thing is I did get a Bravo Company Gunfighter Mod 4 charging handle with this upper, which is nice because it's got the medium latch on it, but that's extended quite a bit from what a stock latch would be. And it's also made so that when you pull back on the charging handle, you're not putting all the stress on the roll pin, which can lead to roll pin failures. And I know some people that's happened to. Anyway, that is my current configuration of my AR-15. I'll get glass on it pretty soon and we'll see what it can really do. I have a friend who has an area where I can shoot out to possibly 400 or 500 yards, and we'll see how consistent it gets at that point. But for now, I'm stuck at the range at the 50-yard line, 100 or 200-yard line once I get glass, and probably this summer I'll go see my buddy and try and get some video of 400 or 500 yards with this rifle. Hopefully at that point I'll have access to some of the heavier grade ammunition to go with this 18-inch 1-8 twist barrel. You know, right now it's real hard to find anything in the 75 or 77 grain variety, but hopefully some more will come back up on the market in the next couple of months. Anyway, if you like this video, if you like my channel, hit the like button on your screen and subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos, some more of my rifles, more range time, possibly product reviews. I did just get a nice tactical 2-rifle bag, Condor bag, at the Vallejo gun show, so I may review that here pretty soon. Certainly want to get some video of my Winchester, possibly my Mosin Nagant. Anyway, I hope you guys like the video. Enjoy.